Mm-mm. You good over there? Damn, let me mute. Lord have mercy. Yo, I do not own an alligator. Just FYI. I do not own an alligator, yo. No, I don't. Babe, come on. Come on, babe. Come on. Come on, somebody. I accept you. I just don't want to hear it. I mean, hey, I accept that alligators are here. I just don't want to live with one. No, doctor. Sentí. Mm-mm. All right, yo. This is fun. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Get this Bobby, yo. Get this Bobby, yo. Let's get it. Hey, oh, hey. I like that. I like that. That crazy part. That's an outro. Come on, man. That sound like you know Bigfoot alive. Like there's no way to dispute it now. It's just the timing, but your timing, I promise you, is impeccable, is perfect, and you're always on time. You just are. You just are, bro. You just are. You know the way you do it to me. Alright. Move this back. Mic check. Mic check. Make sure this mic is Gucci.
Streamer MC original KTV chatting mode.
Alright, that's it. I like it. Damn, my boy. There it is. Let's move that back some. My bye. How you feeling today in the chat, gracious man? Before we get started, how you feeling? How you talk to me? How you feeling in the chat? How you doing? How you doing in the chat? I want you to talk to me. How you doing in the chat? Man, I asked you because I want to know how you doing. What's making your world your world? That's the question I want to ask you. Oh, looking out. Well, thank you. But blue, it so happened to be my favorite color. Yeah, it's my favorite color. Capiche, capuche. Yeah, I like blues. Favorite color of mine, and yeah, I just genuinely always had a fond feeling towards blue for the most part. And I like it too. I definitely like it. Just being able to have that different multiple kind of like coordinates of being able to put my color with different colors and shit like that. I like that. Like, and plus I only wear like for the most part like hoodies anyway, but I wanted to kind of like switch it up, bro. I don't really be like, you know what I'm saying, like getting myself a lot of like clothes and shit like that. I never really was just like into it for real, but shit. Yeah, I just kind of like, you know what, let me just go buy me a couple, yeah, nah. And that's kind of like how that shit went today. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But yeah, I do, you said life is fabulous when one is present. So I'm guessing you're saying life has been fabulous for you because you've been present to pretty much receive everything you've been experiencing. If I got that correct. In the most earth down way possible. But no, I like that though. I like that. staying present for sure. Because why would I go to a movie just to not be there? I don't not want to be at the movie. You know what I'm saying? That I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I just wouldn't want that. So in that case, I try to do what I can in light of being present in what I call to myself in my own reality, because that's important. You're pretty much missing everything that you've desired. When you don't choose to be present with yourself. So, or present, period. Like, you want to be present because imagine creating a whole reality for yourself that you don't even, you can't see because, you're just not being present. So, always look to be present, regardless of what you may be experiencing currently in your reality, to say the least. It's going great. How is it going? Yeah, it's going great for me. I would say my day has actually been rather peaceful. Rather peaceful. I got a good workout today. Got a really, really good workout today, actually. I was also able to be more like, you know what I'm saying, energetic with my workout today because I really wanted to get that shit done. I didn't do squats today, but I took some weights and I squatted in a position for 30 seconds and knocked it out, yo. I was like, that was tough. That was very, very tough. 30 seconds straight just holding some weights out, bro. Like, that was tough. That was mad tough. But I enjoyed that. It was a great workout. I also was able to chill with my clients today. We got out today, man. I was able to chill with my brother, talk with my mom a little bit today. Overall, I thought it was a well fit day, literally, because I pretty much did everything and doing, or even right now, like everything that I want to do or wanted to have done. So yeah, I enjoyed myself thoroughly today, and I am enjoying myself for sure. I am. I also got some stuff today, from the store. Got some shit today that me and my lover, we gonna be doing some fucking content together. I always love when we do shit together because it just be super fun. She's a bunch of joy, to say the least. And yeah, I'm excited about that. But yeah, I enjoyed today because I'm gonna be real. Like, I saw some stuff today, even that I could be like, yo, my day could have went bad, but it actually went good. And it be those moments where I be like, dag, bro, that could have went left today. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could have went like all bad type. But I just be really like keeping like optimistic like belief that everything already still like working for my good. So I be like, I don't really like have nothing to complain about for real because I really don't have to deal with anything other than what's in front of me. You get what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like, I don't really like open myself up to that type of energy to just be in my like aura field that it take days for me to just get over some shit. Like, nah, it ain't gonna be that deep for me. It just won't be that because I wouldn't really like have any like strong frame of mind if I just let every little thing get to me. But this is why I love, Thursdays, because you get to peek behind the scenes sometimes, man, and get to remember like where everything is originating from and where it's coming from. And yeah, like that's the part where I enjoy the most because it's a fresh reminder that, bro, you good, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing to really worry about. And if you ever did, just remember this. Boom. And that's where I like these Thursdays and where they come in for me because I get to remember myself from a different angle of light. So with that being, today is fucking like, hey, like I invite you in, like, to the world that I've created. I wanted to talk about my world that I've created, and I said this last week or the week before that I want us to get so used to talking about our world, these new worlds that we've created, and even for myself, like I wanted to get used to talking about this new world that I created, and expressing like how it makes me feel, what's there, and why it's there, and it was just like okay, like I enjoy talking about my reality because it's what brings me my highest excitement, and yeah, like it's just a beautiful, 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 beautiful world. So, and I think we should normalize talking more about our world. You know, the saying is they got this. It's a saying that's in the body. Yeah, you know, don't tell nobody about your plans because you don't want to put it out there, and then somebody like, the shit don't happen. I mean, for if you ever heard that, let me know, bro. Yeah, bro. Somebody have said that to me before, like, hey, bro, don't tell nobody what you got planned next, man. Just show up. Bruh. I'm like, all right, bet. I mean, but technically, you don't have to. I get the sentiments, but you don't have to because you just need to show up. Like that's really just. It's like you don't gotta tell somebody that you coming to work. Just show up. You get what I'm saying? Like, just show up, type. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. So now, like, this world of mine, it comes from an inner union of me. And this inner union of me, I attracted to myself. And I experienced myself as God on earth. And in this union of mine, in this world of mine, of innocence, which is power, peace, which passes like the earthly understanding, and then joy that surpasses the earthly emotions. So you have everything that supersedes what the projection can give, and in a way where you can also reflect yourself heavily in it. So it's like I get to reflect myself as the bomb.com, like legit, the bomb.com. And then on top of that, I get to experience my own projection. So what the fuck is this projection, Brodusky? What's this projection? All right, the projection is this. What you think in your imagination, that is what you'd feel. It's almost like this. It's like imagine you in a relationship with someone and you are experiencing a reality with them. Imagine if that was actually just a vision that you were dreaming of, and then you wake up to just now yearn to experience it. Now I pause because I'm on Twitch, and I know sometimes people want to click, so I let them click, and then they just be like, okay, click, But yeah, I enjoy that. I enjoy knowing that I can go to sleep, I can go rest, I can go and dream. I can go to sleep and do all of that dreaming. I can have the most amazing dream and feel the most amazing things ever. Legit, you can't even, I can't fathom what I feel sometimes. because the thought and the creativity is just like otherworldly. So I don't have worldly words to describe it. I don't have nothing worldly to say like, oh, I live, hey, because I don't really know what else to say. Because even how this dream came about wasn't even uttered with human tongue. It wasn't uttered with human tongue. It was spoken directly from God. I just interpreted it out in the projection. It was called frequency. It was called emotion. It was called intuition. It was called divine feminine energy. That's what it was called. And I know this frequency is the divine feminine because my divine feminine is a freak. My divine feminine is a freak. And that's just what it is, And the divine masculine loves to act. For some reason, it just loves mask. Bruh. I don't know why. Don't bro me. But I don't know why. It's just like that. The divine masculine loves to put on a show. It's just sometimes you just get too sucked in and you forget that you 6'7". You forget you're the observer of the reality. Okay? It's just sometimes you forget, bro. And at times it's okay because sometimes when you are asleep and you are dreaming only to wake up to experience that reality, it's like, okay, when you do wake up to and remember that reality that you are experiencing, then what do you do with that? Just like everybody was saying, just show up. Just show up to that reality. So now you understand, like, I was like creating this world from how I was thinking. And at a point in time, I was experiencing, I was just telling Gina this. My lover, I was like, dude, we was having like for real, like our first shit, like 7, 8 years was like, ooh. It was wild west. And then when we moved into like this, like very, very like, it was like a retired home, like development. And it was like nothing but peace there. There was nothing but peace there. And it was just like, dude, like this is just like, it felt at home. Like it legit felt at home. And we just felt really more who we are there. Like we became more of who we are there. And it was super fun because the shit that we found out, like, we both found out like we exist outside the simulational experience. And for some, I don't know, but for us, that shit was like, oh, okay, that makes complete and utter sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why we feel the way we've been feeling lately. And then, yeah, that shit was just like, okay, well, cool. We good. We ain't tripping because, dude, we don't fear death. Like, we know we don't die. We exist outside this shit. Like, that's just what it was. But, man, it was like, I just told him, like, yo, but it just seemed like, it almost like borderline bored, but it's like, but I could get used to this, and I ain't tripping, but like, damn, that's kind of like how that shit started to just be though. Like, so for us, it was more or less like, how can I develop a chemistry with myself to, you know what I'm saying, like be able to remember that this is more or less, I'm experiencing this with Gina because of what's going on inside. We was like, we didn't have no worries. We wasn't stressing about nothing. Like, we didn't argue. We got along. We laughed. We made love. We were very intimate with ourselves, man. It was just like, bro, this is how it's supposed to like be, bro. Like, but we will say this: it started to kind of like be like almost like going from that to it's something missing to we kind of like ready to get up out of here for real. Like we could go for real because it's like we know what that going really is. And so yeah, it was just kind of like that for us. But then like it changed, something shifted, and it was almost like a, it was almost like a, hey, here's a new development. Like it was like soon as we were getting ready to turn the TV off, it was like a breaking news or some shit like a new development. And from there, it kind of just like, okay, well, we'll keep the TV on for a little bit longer because this is interesting. It was very interesting. But outside of that, it started to kind of like get too interesting. And yeah, it was kind of like we forgot though. It was almost like we were so out of this world, yo. Like, but then that breaking news kind of like balanced us. But then it kind of like it got to the point where we were just on Earth again. And then we started kind of like forgetting that we were out of this world. And it was just kind of like, yo, what the fuck, bro? It was like, how is this happening? Like, and I ain't gonna lie, like, that was probably one of the I don't know whether it be like the best moments or like it was very impactful to say the least. It was a very impactful moment because it was like we was experiencing. It was almost like we were. You know how it used to be like when you'll see somebody that's like young. You be like, boy, you talk to that little child. Yeah, I talked to little Johnny. Man, that boy's bright as the door. He's bright as the sun. Yeah, he be before his time. I'm telling you, that's a young boy trapped in an old man trapped in a young boy. But I dare you that much, girl. And that's kind of like what I felt like what happened with us. It was we like quantum leaped into a reality where we were behind the scenes. And then coming back onto the stage, it was almost like I promise that shit was like some what's that movie with Jim Carrey in it, yo? What's that movie? Truman Show. It was like the Truman Show. It was like we knew what everything was and what everybody was and the whole nine. And when we came from behind the curtain back to the stage, it was like I know y'all know that this is we just won here, bro. Like I know, but everybody acting. That's how it was. That's the energy. I know everybody know this, bro. So who's going to admit to it first? Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of like where I was at with everything, and yeah, like that was the kind of like start of me becoming more aware that I was becoming more curious of my true self, my true nature, that everything was one. That everything was one. And from there, I kind of started to take advantage of this oneness because I'm like, yo, I don't have anything to fear if it's just me here. Because why would I want to do anything to myself that's going to cause me harm in any way? It was just like, can't nothing really happen to you when you really love you, because if you the only one that's here but you called to love yourself as your neighbor, then really what that's saying is the moment you love you, your neighbor reflects it because you are the neighbors. So it's like you can only love your neighbor as you when you love you being your neighbor. It's like, dude, that was really the it was like a key within a key. It was like that was really it. It was like that was it's a saying within a saying. You just gotta like see it from a different angle, switch it up a little bit, just to kind of make sure you get every piece and every angle, every side that you possibly can to understand that you were the only one here. And I was just like, okay, so I'm the only one here in this world of mine, and from there it's just like, okay, well shit. Only only thing I gotta do is just think whatever I want to think that excites me, and then feel it, and just be one with it, speak it, and just You know, and then what? What do I do after I think it and feel it? Because shit, like, because what you trying to say is my reality out here is only contingent on what I think and feel inside. Yes. Oh shit. Ah. Be like, okay. So how do I like? Well, okay, what do I do to create my reality then? Okay, so like, just tell me straight up. What do I do to create a reality that I desire to experience? All you do is think of whatever you want to think of in a dream or imaginative state. Remember this: anything there's nothing new under the sun here. Okay, there's absolutely nothing new under there. So we got to remember that first. Why is that important to remember? It's important to remember that nothing's new under the sun, so that you don't actually think you're making something up when I say create. Damn, bro. Because listen, if I tell you there's nothing new under the sun and then you go to create something, you don't even believe you. Okay. Ooh, child. Things are going to get easier. Yeah. Oh my God. It's that, but that's how simple it is. So ain't nothing new under the sun. Let's go. Ain't nothing new under the sun. So here we go. So what are we about to do then? We're getting ready to now plug into something that's already there that brings you what? Your highest excitement. Okay. All right, well, here we go. All right. So, bam, now you start to experience and daydream and visualize what can excite you. You sit down for a quick minute. I set myself down, y'all, and I start visualizing like the realities that I always wanted to experience. I did. But for the most part, I remember something. You know, I had to go ask that person that was teaching me all of this or showing me all of this and helping me to remember. Like, listen, like, how do I know what to think? And it was some wise words that came to me. It said this: it's not the vision itself. Like, it's not more about the vision than it is about the feeling from the vision. Because you can have the vision, but if there's no excitement bearing, can you experience it? If there's no joy there, can you experience it? There has to be joy for your highest excitement to be experienced.
Bruh.
I'm just being real with you. I can't lie to you. It's just because your highest excitement will only bring you what? I'm gonna tell you 3 things that it can only bring. And it's peace and joy. If it ain't 3 being 1, it can't really be a high excitement. So I'm like, okay, shoot. All right, so just pretty much in the steps that you're telling me to take when it comes to just like projecting or loosening or releasing my reality outwardly. First, you saying I gotta like plug into what did you say? A memory. Yes, a memory. I have to plug into a memory that's going to show me a vision there that excites me, that gives me my highest excitement. Okay. So I'm going to plug into a memory. A memory is just pretty much like what a thought. Yes, it's already there. It's a thought that's already there. It's a dream. It's a vision. It is a living reality that is already there and present. The only thing you got to do after you see that is now allow yourself to be open to the feeling of that world, that dream, that emotion, that memory, that vision. You just got to be open to it. I got to be open to this, so I got to think something. And when I think it, it's already there. It ain't like I'm creating it. He said, okay, so boom. And then bam. All right, so bam, I plug into it. And then I'm like, okay. Okay, I see it. Ooh. Hello, detective. And then you're like, okay. All right, okay, I got it. And so now you start just like cheesing, you know what I'm saying? I'm walking around the house all like, you know, smiling and blushing. You see these cheeks. These cheeks really don't blush that well, but hey, but in other days, I walked around the house and I just looked upon and gazed with my brown, dark eyes upon Regina, and I just told her, yes. And then it'll be other days where I'll see her after visualizing everything that I was visualizing. Dude, it was just like, yo, I was having so much fun because I knew what I was dreaming. I knew what I was thinking. I knew what I started to feel. And it was just like, okay, like, this is getting like dope, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. And then all of a sudden, like, I was just like, okay, well, I felt it. Like, that's what I thought. And I visualized it. I definitely visualized it, and I definitely feel like I felt it. But yeah, I don't know what's happening here. And it was just like, okay, well, I heard like this reality can't happen without Regina. It just can't. It won't make sense. But I understood like what Regina represented to me. She represents my joy. She represents my joy. Cause listen, you know, like you gotta. I had imaginary friends growing up. I don't know about y'all, but look, I'm an anime fan, so I played a lot of Dragon Ball Z characters in my time. And yeah, I had some imaginary friends, and I gave them names and all of that. We were going against Frieza sometimes, and Cell and Majin Buu, bro, and I was whooping ass and getting kicked. But I'm telling you, it was fun to say the least. When I got to the point where I got back into my imagination, I became like that little child again, and I started to give these characters more meaning because I opened up to this reality more, and I started to see more and more light about this reality. I was able to connect some dots and what I was feeling and who I was feeling it from, and I'm just like, wow, this feeling feels so familiar. It's almost like I vibrate this emotion the highest when I'm around this person, almost like identical. Like if I'm at 100 vibrating this frequency out, this person gives me that 100% frequency. No one else does that. So there gotta be something inside the skin suit that I'm sitting next to that's making me vibrate and understand, why am I feeling myself like this in you, Morata? And then it started happening again. It was just like, bro, why am I feeling myself in you, Moyara Marata? I'm just like, bro, this. I started to trip out. I started to tweak. Oh yes, I started to get a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Suspenseful. I did. I got freaked out a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, the shit was kind of wild because I'm like, do you not feel me? Do you feel me? Huh? Do you feel me like I feel you? Hello? Are you in? Am I in it? I gotta be in it because why would I be feeling me like this in you? I don't. Do you even talk like that? I don't know. Cause maybe, and that's kind of like how I felt. Like I felt like I quantum leaped. I felt like I leaped into a reality where I was there. And sometimes I even think, was it fucking premature? I don't know, but I don't want to go that far. But I had to ask myself this question. I'm sure a lot of people wanted to have asked this question and probably want to answer to that shit. Like, okay, Quentin, you talking about manifestation, and I get it. Like, okay, but if I am experiencing what I think and feel, and I'm experiencing though on Earth what I'm not thinking and feeling, what the fuck is happening? Like, is the shit working? Do I need new batteries? Nah, let me tell you what happened. Like with me, no. Hey, do we got that coconut oil down here? Like this shit, like was more or less the answer that I came to when it comes to if you are creating a reality with yourself through visualization, but you're not currently seeing your reality. I'm gonna say that again because I want to make sure we got this. Ah, I had to grease my face up. Kind of felt a little dry. So, Chad, if y'all see me ever like starting to scratch my like nose a little bit, because that's like the crazy part is that be the coldest thing on my body because that's the thing that produced the most oil on my face outside of my cheeks. But yeah, like, but when I'm not producing in a sense like a lot of oil, it starts just itching, yo. So, chat, if y'all see me bothering my nose, just be like, bro, coconut oil. Just spam the chat, coconut oil, bro. So, being that you can visualize a reality and then also be able to experience it, where sometimes you're not experiencing exactly what it is you've been manifesting. What is happening for that to be taking place? I'm gonna tell you what's happening for that to be taking place. So for me, what was taking place was this. When it came to me visualizing and me plugging into realities, remember in the very beginning, I was told by my divine masculine feminine energy that it's not so much the vision that has to come true because it's already true. It's the frequency that has to be held. It's the emotion of it that has to be held. It's the joy that has to be held. But you need all three. You need the innocence of that reality. You need the peace of that reality that passes earth understanding. It does not, like, listen. I had to realize this about, my kingdom, my imagination, my dream world. It never has to make sense on earth. Meaning what? This may like, you know, I could be triggered by this next phrase. It does not have to be something that I simply align to right away. Aligned to what? What do you mean? It didn't have to be something that aligned to my psyche. Because my psyche wants to understand it. If it's not happening in the exact same way that I said I created it happen, it ain't something that I'm inviting into my life. It's like, what if it ended up being better? Are you gonna keep that same energy? Is that a trick question? No, it's not a trick question. It's just like, but are you gonna keep that same energy though? If it's better. But when you put it like that. Nah, I ain't keeping that same energy. You tripping, child. You tripping. Shoot, if if I ask for 100 million and I get a billion, you think I'm gonna turn it away? No. But what if you ain't gonna get it in the same way? What if that shit ain't coming the same way? What if it's not coming the same way? That shit's funny, bro. What if it don't come the same way? What if you thought it was supposed to be this way? And granted, I ain't saying it couldn't. But what if it wasn't so much about the vision, but it was about the frequency, the feeling of holding it together? By the innocence to not judge according to your standards, the peace that passes the standards that you may have developed on earth, and the joy that overcomes any earthly emotion that takes you out of that dream world. That's a clip. But what if it did? What if it did take me out of my dream world? Then you know what? Screw you. I'm just playing. For real, ski. But no, bro, like you ever like y'all ever like thought of something and visualized something and that shit just didn't it looked like it was about to come true and then somebody just pulled the rug from underneath your shit like this is not what I asked for. Now see, you said you don't slack and promise. You also said if I ask for some bread, you won't give me a rock. But what the fuck? This bread hard as a rock. It's still bread. It ain't a rock, but the fuck, it's hard as a rock. Nah, what am I supposed to do with this? Shit. Let it come as it is. Just bathe the shit out of it. Put some water on that thing. You better put some water on that thing. Put some water on it. I gotta put some water on this bread. Damn, and then what if it's soggy? Well, shit, dude. Listen, nigga. At this point, what do you want? What else do you want from me? For real, my boy. You gonna make me send you somewhere? I'm just fucking with you. I ain't gonna, But nah, for real though. Yo. It's like so what you do is, man, like, you know, what I've learned is, you know, instead of, you know, allowing myself to judge based on my earthly understanding, just trust my inner peace that I don't have to even turn my ear towards that shit, but also trust my innocence, that my innocence is power. And then my ability to see you whole, no matter the circumstance or situation that you may be in, the thinking you may be in, the emotions you may have, the, you know, the actions you may express. If I can still see you innocent because I see myself that way, then I have the power to hold peace where earthly understanding may rule. And shit, if I can hold my peace, then my joy is an automatic byproduct of my expression. Kid you not. Oh, stop. I'm gonna start blushing. No, I promise you, this is how my world came about. And what I learned in my world. And although my inner world is complete, is done, outside is almost like the magnification. It's the magnification of it just drawing itself to me in like the illusion of real time. Ain't no time in your imagination when you dream. This is why it makes it easy to hold an emotion, because you're not in time. Meaning what? You ain't got nothing else to do. You chilling. Right now I'm live living from my imagination. But when I'm off this live stream, I can get back into my imagination where time don't exist and stay in the frequency I prefer, to where now that frequency is most dominant because that's the most dominant thing that I think of. And so what I think of most, I feel most. What I feel most, I express mostly. I'm telling you, it's not so much about the vision, but it's about holding the emotion, the joy there, but having peace to overcome the earthly distractions, the understandings, the earthly wisdoms. You got one inner wisdom. That's your fucking instincts. That's Sophia. Y'all know what I mean? That's Martha. That's gracious me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my imaginary me. It's like one conscious experiencing itself in many costumes and gave itself an imagination to say, hey, this is my makeup. Well, this is my makeup. Well, this is my makeup. And we're going to come from this gene narration. And form a whole nother gene narration on Earth, the projection. We gonna call it new, but the shit ain't. It's just more or less. It's gonna feel more new than the shit we've been already experiencing. It'd be like, so why does it take so long? Cause I had to ask that question, bro. Why it take so goddamn long sometimes? Good. The book? Like, damn, you be forgetting God? I'm God, so I can't be forgetting, because why would I want to forget? You think I want to keep doing what I'm doing? Do I think that? Do I really think I want to keep doing what I'm doing? No, I know I don't. So why is it taking me so long to do and be what I want to be? It's like, but that's where you have to like hold that faith. You have to hold that emotion, that perspective of how you felt when you were in that reality. And when you continue to hold that, regardless of whatever come your way, like, oh, here come a bill. But damn, like this bill already paid upstairs in the inside. Like, why am I getting it outside still? It's just like keep holding the frequency of that's already paid. It's already paid. Even if you gotta pay it on Earth, it's already paid. Just understand what you saying. It's already paid. Meaning what? You gonna always have for your bills to have already what? Been paid. Just keep at it. Keep at it. Well, I'm supposed to be a millionaire. Why do I gotta keep going into this job? I don't want to do it. Just keep saying I'm a millionaire and keep feeling that shit and keep allowing that emotion to be the most dominant thing that you feel as your highest joyful excitement. I can't express it enough. Can't express it enough. Just keep expressing that joy. Whenever some earthly shit like a bill come up or some bullshit at the job come up, have the peace that surpasses that understanding. That's it. Just have that peace. And don't judge anything uninnocent, because that's the quickest way to remember that you first have judged yourself. Because everything works for your what? Your good, not your bad. So if some bad shit happen and you stop believing everything works for your what? Good. If it's not working for your pleasure, if it's not working for your treasure, it's working for your trash. That's what it is, yo. You gotta let this shit work for your pleasure, your treasure, your good, your awareness. It has to work from your divine awareness. If it does not work from your divine awareness, it's trash. You gotta stop letting your world be built by trash. Because what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? You going to experience the ebbs and flows of your thinking and emotions. Depending on your peace that passes all earthly understanding. This some good shit, yo. Ooh. I feel like dancing, bro. Yo, this is what it is, though, yo. You're gonna eventually experience everything you've thought and felt, because you wouldn't give yourself a reality that ain't worth living and experiencing. Even the shit that you don't want to think, you didn't want to feel, you're still gonna experience it to a degree where if you thought something and it produced an anxious feeling, then you're gonna experience an anxious reality. It don't have to be a long reality, but just understand you thought and you felt for your good, for something to work out for your good. You know what? I'm gonna be real too with myself. Like I had to remember, like, hey, Quentin, what up though? Hey, let me talk to you, bro. Do you want to go to the movies and watch a movie that's just all good? Nah. Do you want to just go watch a bad movie? Bruh. No. Would you want to go to a movie that started off good and then all of a sudden it started to make you think, wonder, could I trust it? Or should I run? Like, bro, that already just made me be like, okay, I gotta go see that one. Cause come on, bro. It's like, like, bro. So you understand that about yourself. You have to understand that why you go through the shit that you go through, because you like these type of movies, bro. You just that type of actor. It's just what it is. You just need to be more aware of yourself. 6, 7. And then just understand, like, now it's a lot easier for you to know why you go through what you go through, because you are only going to experience your highest excitement. Regardless of how it comes. It's you. It's always you. It's always, and it's always gonna be you. You, your highest excitement, bro. And even when you don't feel inspired sometimes, that is just a moment that is passing through. That does not actually mean it's you. It's not. It could just be a feeling that's trying to get you to come below again. For real, it could just be that. It could just be like, yo, do you want to keep experiencing the ebbs of this shit? And the flows? Do you want to keep experiencing it? Or do you want to experience that movie where it's just like, it's a consistent golden age where I'm experiencing true power, and this power is actually innocence. The dominion is actually righteous. The dominion is, I see you like I see myself, and I love the fuck out of me, bro. Come hell or high water. I love me. So I'm gonna always deem myself innocent, regardless of how I come. And that's just facts. Sometimes it just takes a little reminder. It's not about how you really come. See, that's what you got the lake of fire for. That's where the husband do his best work. It's bathing. It's wife. In the word of God. You know? With his words. this innocence, peace, joy. You bathe your reflection. You bathe your you. There's only one you here. You know? It ain't universe. It sure ain't. It's universe. It's universe. It's one verse. It ain't three. It's not three hands. Writing three different stories. It's never been that, yo. It was, hey, but shit, when you get three different books, everybody start questioning God.
Holy Jesus.
Or did we forget?
What is that? What the fuck is that?
Or did we forget? That ain't my God. It's funny, bro. Shit. That is not my God. But listen, man, like, that's what I had to remember, that it wasn't like, I know I have parts to me, but it was only one body writing, one story. And it just so happened to give every member of itself a line. And in every movie that I've watched, you had main characters. You did. You had main characters. You did. And then you had a lot of what? You had a lot of extras. You did. And we sometimes wanted to make these extras more extra than they needed to be. And granted, it was like, nah. It really wasn't. I mean, everything can work at the end of the day, but every movie does have its main characters. You know, you got the Avengers, they got main characters, but they all work together to allow this world to be. And that's just that. Like, shit, the Hulk don't judge Iron Man for only being strong in a suit. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody judge, you know what I'm saying, like Bruce Banner for only being strong when he get mad. And ain't nobody like tripping about Thor's hammer. That he just feel like it's so invincible, but now Captain America can pick up with ease. And other people are like, bro, we just got to be strong as or stronger than you to wield your hammer. Whoop-de-doo. All it takes is just an innocent heart. So, you know, don't put too much on the hammer, because it's not about the hammer, it's about the heart that held it, you know? So it's like, you know, everybody got their own, like, you know what I'm saying? But they all work together. For whatever reason, they want to work together. They all work together, yo. Whether it's avenging some shit, saving some shit, it's just a, yo, let's live out this story. I'm not saying plot changes don't exist, because they definitely do. You definitely need to be flexible. You definitely need to be flexible. But just like a manifested reality can come to fruition, it does not come to fruition outside the kingdom of God. And the kingdom of God within you, within me, is not about earthly intelligence, but rather heavenly awareness of innocence, peace, and joy of the body of God. Because that's the one that plugs you into your highest excitement. That's the we that we're playing. These characters inside of this projection. This is gamey as fuck. It's a true show. Because it's coming from us. It's true. It's just like my world is coming from me. That's true. So I remember that, like, you know, and I'm like, I want to keep this, because This is the embodiment of holding and embodying the kingdom of God within you through Christ and your inner Christos energy. It's like whatever you want to plug into inside you, you can do so. But listen, at least you be honest enough with yourself to say, is it my highest excitement that I'm experiencing or not? And then that's what will help you to plug into something that you desire. Because why would I plug into something I desire if it ain't bringing me my highest excitement? Okay, can you explain what a highest excitement really is? Your highest excitement will only conclude of innocence, where you don't judge yourself. There, peace, where it passes all earthly understanding. It don't gotta make sense to your psyche for you to experience it. And joy, you will always be excited about it being in your present reality. You can't experience anything without that excitement. Because if you're not excited about it inside, ain't no power taking place for it to be formed in the projection where it takes energy, power, photonic light to express itself joyfully. It ain't happening. It's just not going to happen. That's where your highest excitement comes from innocence, peace, and joy. Your highest excitement comes from innocence, peace, and joy. I don't judge here. I have all the peace that I need to pass all the shit that I don't understand on earth. And I have the joy, the excitement that lets me know how I feel about the two being one in me, as me. It's that easy. It's that easy. That's how you live out a reality on earth. And I'm just like, so that's how you live out a reality, but that's also how you create the reality. Again, it's not so much about creation, but it's about you plugging into the creation. Right? It's inside is the creatrix, outside is the matrix. The creatrix is inside already. You plug into the creatrix, you experience it in the matrix. That is the yin and yang. Hey, listen, man. That's the true yin and yang. It's what you loose inside, it's loose outside. Inside would be the awareness, the light. Outside would be, in a sense, deemed as the type of shadow. It's the analogy, it's the allegory, it's the visualized expression of the invisible. It's the matter. It's just you not like, yeah, you gonna know where it came from. Yeah, right. Where do you get Christ and Matrix? What happens when you put Christ and Matrix together? You get a creatrix. So this is when you think something, yo, and you really feel that, the only thing that can come from that is what's supposed to come from it is the joy of that creation, that excitement, that vision. And as long as that is there, then you know it's authentic. But if ain't no joy coming from that shit, it ain't authentic. So you gotta look at it in a different light. If you don't have joy there, ain't no excitement there, look at it from a different angle. What excites you? What excites you about the reality? That's going to bring you innocence, peace, and joy. If the shit ain't, if you judge it uninnocent, trust me, that means you don't have peace. Because you judging it based on earthly understanding. When God does not judge based on human understanding. This is some good shit, bro. God don't judge based on human understanding because God has peace that passes well all understanding, my boy. Shit. Because when you start judging based on human standards, in your own wisdom, earthly wisdom, you start creating more human standards to judge yourself based on your ignorance, man. It's like you need more. I'm not done judging myself. For real, bro. And then you want to, we sometimes get into our rebellious stage. And I get that too, because it's like, bro, that's the natural. What else can fucking happen or can come from that? When you start making up more shit to judge you, of course you gonna feel like this. You gonna think you bad to the damn bone. How much more deeper can you get anyway? Shit. Like real talk, bro. Like it. It's not going nowhere, bro. It's not. Trust me. The art of manifestation. I don't listen, man. Look, bro. I lived in the projects. Let me tell you about my world. It ain't mine now, but I lived in the projects. I had cockroaches. They wasn't roaches. They were cockroaches. It was like, bro, you gonna have to acknowledge me. I'm tired of you niggas using half my name. That ain't my whole name. Call me my whole name. My friends call me Roach. You can call me Cockroach. That's the type of relationship I have with my roaches. I had to call these Negroes Cockroach. And when I called them Cockroach, they knew exactly what I meant. When I said, you cockroach, I knew what I meant, so I just automatically felt they knew what I meant. And when I turned that light on, they knew I was calling them. And what did they do? They did what anybody else would do. When the light comes, and you've been sneaking around in the dark, run. That was it. It was just like, scatter! Save yourselves! Light has come! Like, fuck, bro, that might be racist. I don't know. But yeah, like, dude, I had cockroaches, bro. But I made the best out of them. Did I like that they were in the TV screen when company came over? No. Did I like that they were in the cabins when you opened it up to go get a cup? No. Yeah. Did I like that when they opened up the refrigerator, they found themselves inside of that shit? I like, bro, you don't even want to like eat there no more. But I made the best of it because it was just like, bro, what you got to do is you got to clean up before it's time to eat. You got to clean up before it's time to eat. And then bam. You shouldn't see none after that. And if you do see one, you know you don't see them there because it's nasty. So that kind of like help with the cycle. But dude, when they crawl on you, bro, I drunk something one day, bro. And I'm looking inside. And when I got pretty much down to the end, it was an orange Huggy, bro. Y'all remember them Huggy juices? Bro, I was drinking an orange Huggy, man. I got all the way down to the bottom, bro, getting ready to take that last little gulp. You know what I'm saying? And I was a child at this point, and I can go a long time, but when I get thirsty, the first thing I don't want is water. I wanted juice. I wanted a hug. And I went and grabbed that joint, and I took it to the head, but I left it there. It was like half full. I went and played, came back, go. And then I'm just like, oh, let me put something down, because I wanted to save a little bit. You know what I'm saying? My brother, he already got done with his. I want to be the last one, because my other brother, he's still trying to finish his. You know how that is. And then, bam. Once I saw he was done, I'm like, let me finish mine. I went and getting ready to just take that last little gulp. Bro, it was a fat cockroach with an egg sac hanging in there, bro. Oh my gosh. Bro, I was heated, bro. I felt so disgusted. I never drank another orange Huggy in my entire life after that. I didn't drink the roach. The fact that I was drinking the juice it was just swimming in was disgusting to me, bro. I was disgusted, bro. I was getting ready to swallow you and your family. Ooh, what you trying to call me, a whale? bro, I was like, bro, that was not my reality. I promise you, bro. So, but I had to make the best of my reality even then. I was a child then. You know what I'm saying? I was living in the projects, getting shot at, cockroaches everywhere. And our apartment stayed, for the most part, clean and hot. It was clean and hot, bro. But we made the best of it. Was it our highest excitement that we was living? No, it was not our highest excitement, bro. It was definitely not our... Bro, we had roaches. No, it was not our highest excitement, man. Stop playing with me. It was not. I don't care what I say. Oh, what? See, the Spirit of the Lord has come, and I enjoy whatever reality I present myself. I ain't enjoy that shit. You think I enjoy being hot all day? It was bricks. Once that heat seep in, it was hard to get it out. And then by the time they gave us a fucking air conditioner, they gave us one that didn't barely work. We had central air, but that shit was not central air. It was center air, and it was hot, bro. It was hot. It was hot, bro. We sweated every day. We stayed in a project sauna. That's exactly what we stayed in with roaches. But at least we stayed across the street from this spot that made some good Philly cheese. We made the best of it. We did, yo. And it was fun. It was fun because we had to make it fun. With shit, we only could go up from there. We couldn't get no more lower than that. Because if we did, then we was gonna be where they really was living, these cockroaches. Dude. I'm telling you, yo. We stayed on a whole infested fucking roach hill. The apartments was built on a roach mansion. A roach world, bro. It was roachy world over there where I live, yo. Fuck. Well, she laughing, but listen, that shit's serious, bro. When you go to sleep, bro, you just feel like, bro, I feel like I'm gonna wake up feeling like I just cheated because I'm waking up with other people in my arms and I'm waking up arm full of cockroaches, bro. Like, bro, hell no, bro. I didn't invite you over for dinner. Leave, nigga. Like, come on, man. I ain't got nowhere else to go, man. It's hot as fuck outside. It's hot in here. I don't want you in here. There's too many black folks in there. You know your color. Like, come on, man. Damn. Little hot chocolate with legs. Go on, I'll get. Bring your albino cousin over here. I'll take him. No, I'm not taking you. Bring mashed potato up here. No, bro. That shit was like, that was not, I don't care, bro. That was not my highest excitement. I know how to be real with myself. Fuck. Shit was stupid, bro. It was nasty. I'm itching now because of that shit. That shit's not, you know what I'm saying? But then we moved from there, bro. We went to another apartment. And Gina was my witness. I literally told her every fucking time, don't get comfortable because we ain't gonna be here that long. Every time. Every time. Because I know, like, this shit was like, and in the back of my mind, I knew, like, bro, I knew we're going to visualize something else. And we're not going to be in this reality. You know? And that's all I knew. That's all I had to go based on. And she know I be like, saying a lot of shit that I be like, why did I say that? And boom. But I just knew. I always spoke what I felt. And yeah. But yeah, when we moved to another like area. super, super nice apartment. Very big, vaulted ceiling and the whole nine, like real central air that work. The fuck, bro? Shit wasn't just blowing in inside, outside air, like, bro. It really worked. And we ain't had roaches, bro. We had Indian people. But it wasn't like that. It was just like, bro, all we smelt sometimes is curry, bro. And that shit was good. We didn't even eat no curry, really nothing, even being there. But man, like, it just always smelled good. It was clean. Really nice environment, man. Just a lot of damn steps to move some shit upstairs, so and down. From there, we moved into a lower frequency. I felt like, but shit, it wasn't our higher excitement. But we moved into another apartment. It was in a different area, not too far from it, but it was enough to get us where we wanted to be, based on where we descended to. I felt like, and from there, it was just kind of like, okay, well, damn, we're from here. And I just told him, like, don't get comfortable here because we're not gonna be here long. We ended up moving into our first like house actually from there, and yeah, like, but that shit was rushed. That shit happened straight out of fear. It was in the wintertime. I couldn't really see shit. I couldn't see how the yard looked. I couldn't see how the backyard really looked. You really don't know what's working for real. And yeah, it just was like, but the house looked inside, and the house inside looked good for the most part. But again, it was sold from fear. It was bought from fear, and it was experienced from that shit. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all, that shit was horrible, bro. Was it my highest excitement? No, it was trash. Straight trash, bro. We were there all of 3 fucking months. I'm like not even exaggerating. Maybe like 4 months total. We were there for 4 months total. But I'm being so serious. We literally only stayed in the house, the actual house, maybe 60 days. And the rest was in a hotel. Fucking basement flooded. Backed up, bro. They had a backed up sewer. So I mean, when I tell you like backed up years worth, man, everything was coming up this sewer. Whatever we put in the toilet was getting pumped right into the basement. I'm talking about we lost a lot of shit, yo. A lot of shit. But that was the same year that a lot of good stuff happened in that 4 months. It was like the most ebby and fucking flowy reality that I've ever experienced. I experienced a lot of highs in that reality, and I experienced a lot of lows in that reality. But one thing that stayed consistent is the highs, because we always manifested. And once we got in that hotel, we was just like, okay, well, at least we in the hotel. We don't mind being in the hotel. We get to swim every day. Shit, we get to eat every day, like whatever we want to eat. We ain't got to worry about cooking. We ain't got to worry about rent, no light bill, no water bill. Bro, like, what? All that shit pretty much is done with. we moving back into that house because, bro, shit got molded. The ceiling, bro, this shit was crazy. The ceiling was falling apart. It was like every time we got something fixed, that piece of shit whole house, the only thing was missing was cockroaches. Something get fixed, the ceiling would break down and fall. The ceiling get fixed, then somebody would come in there and fuck some more shit up, put a hole in it. I'm like, bro, we gotta get out of here, bro. The yard looked nasty. The yard felt like it was shrinking every day, bro. The floor felt like it had arthritis, bro. The shit was horrible, bro. And we had brand new furniture that we moved inside there. It was just like, then we had some other furniture that we didn't even want to bring in the house because it was just like, bro, not in here, bro. Not in here, bro. So from there, it was just kind of like, we got in that hotel, we started visualizing, we started manifesting, we started putting our energy to where we desire it to be. And from there, when we got back into like the home, it pretty much was like, well, do y'all want to stay here or break y'all lease? Or what? Like, what y'all want to do? We was just like, fuck it. I just told Gina, look, before we answer this question, because as soon as we tell them we got to break the lease, they kicking us out. They giving us 30 easily. 30 easily, bro. So I'm like, let's find a house. Like we went house hunting. And it didn't take that long. It maybe took maybe within a month. But we got on a bar, bro. We was looking for this house, looking for that house, looking for that house, looking for this house. And then it was just this one house that both of us had passed. And it was just like, bro, we hope this is Goodwill Hunting today because look, it's the only house we didn't call. We did call it. I think Gina called it and didn't leave a voicemail. And no, she did. She called and left a voicemail, nothing. Bro, I called, left a voicemail, she called right back. I'm just like, bro, what's up? Like, hey, we want to set up a meeting. She was like, okay, boom, come in. And all right, Gina called multiple times. And bam, and we set the meeting up, everything, boom, happened. Blah, blah, blah. So it was just like, dude. But when we got to this house, oh my goodness, it was just like, bro, it was permeating peace, bro. It did. It just, and she'll tell you, it permeated peace. It permeated peace, bro. And I just knew like all the other houses that we went to, they were cool. Don't get me wrong. One of them houses was like, bro, we gotta get in there, bro. But it wasn't us. It wasn't us. And we came into this home and it just felt like it was us. It felt like this was it. This was the next chapter. And then I even told Jenna, like, yeah, this is cool, but we ain't gonna be here that long. It was another thing. We didn't really make it feel at home because, and Jenna tell you, like, she could never really decorate because it wasn't home. Because it just didn't feel like that's where we were about to be for a while. And so, same thing happened. We had our ebbs and flows there. We had a great impact in our lives. My physical manifested peace showed up. And then shit changed with me, so shit changed in my outer reality. And then we left that house and we ended up into another home. And it just so happened, you know, back in the days, I used to tell when I was living with my like godparents, man, I used to tell them the type of house that I wanted. I wanted a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom home. And like that's just what I desired at that time because I always wanted a house with more bathrooms than the ones that I was constantly living in because I felt like that was the biggest issue about being in a home with 16 people and then being in a home with, even at my mom's house with about 15 people. We ain't wasn't enough fucking bathrooms, so somebody was left pissed off and smelling shitty. And it's just like, bro, this shit gotta change, bro. At least if you got 5, you know what I'm saying, it may smell half as bad. But damn, you know, you only got 3 you working with, 2, mostly 2. So that was kind of like the thing for us. We ended up moving into a home where we did the same thing. We needed to be out in like 30 days. So we went house hunting again. And then it was this one house, bro. We like, bro, we don't give a fuck how much this costs. We here, bro. And yeah, it just did not work out. It just didn't work out. And I'm, you know, yeah, we were on it. Yeah, they just rejected us. It's just like, nah, this ain't it, big dog. This ain't it, dog. We was on it, bro. We both was like, yeah, I do this. And then it came down to like none of the houses actually we was getting rejected left, right, bro. Like, and it was the one house that we both first saw at the first we saw this house. We was like, okay, boom, all right, I like that. We both agreed that we like it, but everything that we actually went to see was better for the most part, to a degree where it was like. It was the area and it was the feng shui of the house. The inner feng shui. This house was like the best without the feng shui. We can both admit to that. It was the best house without feng shui. But with feng shui, man, this one house we went and saw with this basement, bro, it was a finished one too. Oh, God. That joint, but it wasn't this one, though. The other ones would have been raw, but I don't know if it would have felt like home though. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have felt like me. What I mean by home, I mean by like it did not feel like I was aligned to it fully because it wasn't something that was me. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't feel like it was me. Something that I would have felt to act on. And so that was the thing. I was just kind of like, but we saw this house and I was just like, you know what? Gina called, nothing. Multiple times, nothing again. And I'm not lying. I called and then I just left a voicemail and then I called and they answered. I literally called and they just answered the phone. It was like, look, I was just like, bro, did you call? Like, did you call the right number? Bro, I called multiple times and they left a voicemail. I'm like, damn. And it was just like that. Like, she called, nothing. I called, answered. And then we moved forward and now we living here. And so I thought to myself, I was like, damn, like, maybe this something to that, which we'll get into next time as a sidebar on this episode of Quentin Ball Z. But nah, but that's how like that shit went though, man. And so like anytime you are creating something, or let me not say creating something, plug it into a creation, make sure, this is a reminder for myself, like for me to always make sure that I think I feel accordingly and I hold the joyful expression of this thought and emotion. I'm telling you, this thought and this peace. Because listen, the peace is important too because the peace helps you past all like. Because when you house hunting and bro, we could have let them rejections get to us. Like, she'll tell you that shit was like, bro. Especially when we was in West 99, bro. We had one day, bro. Like that's why we got the house because it was like one day. We had another house, but no, it wouldn't have been as big as we have needed it to be. But damn, that West 99 house, bro, that shit, fucking the first day we were there, we got robbed. So that shit started off horrible, bro. Like So that's my point. Like when something is done out of fear, it's not gonna feel good. You know what I'm saying? It won't feel good. So yeah, we rushed that, and out of fear, we wasn't truly like aligned. That house wasn't aligned. That area wasn't aligned. That wasn't aligned to my higher excitement, especially where the fuck we moved. It was like night and day, complete night and day. But I did experience it because of the energetic state of fear that I put myself into, that I bought into. I experienced it, so I plugged myself into that reality from fear. So fear drove me to an inner reality that I ended up living out in an area and in a home that I only could experience what drove me there. If fear drove me there, listen, the shit we experienced there was legitimately what drove us there, fear. What drove us to the house that we were in after that, dude, it was peace. We visualized, we were literally sitting on the bed together and we was like, this is our house. We both agreed on it. And we called, we got everything, we went and saw the house. We came back home. We were just waiting on this lady to call us back and let us know yay or nay. And we really only had like 2 to 3 more days before we had to like really say something to this like landlord. I think we only had a day or 2 actually, and we needed to have an answer by that night. And she called us like 7 or 8 and was like, so do you guys want the house? Huh? I was like, yeah, like bro, we were like super excited, bro, like because we literally was just manifesting it right then and there, and then she just called. So that shit was so dope, bro. That was super, super, super dope. So that just helped me to remember that again, like if me and Gina is connecting like that outwardly, it just showed me that I was able to develop a certain chemistry and relationship about my reality within inside myself that I was willing to still innocently exceed it. Because Gina tell you, like, we was going through some bullshit, but I was like, yo, man, we not going to absorb this, though. Man, everything working for our good. This shit happening for a reason. And she knows, too, like, yeah, this happened for a reason, even though we didn't want to deal with it, but we knew it was happening for a reason, and we did not let that shit bother us. And look, man, we used peace. We had peace. And that peace passed that understanding that whatever the shit we was going through, it passed that shit. It was like, bro, I'm not letting that shit get to me. I'm past that. I have peace. And I can hold on to my joy simultaneously. And that's what that shit is about, is still seeing your reality outside because you know inside is innocent. Still seeing your reality innocent. Having peace when shit don't make sense, when you choose the ebbs and flows, when you plug into things through fear. Still having peace to hold on to the joy of that true higher excitement. That's what this reality is all about. And that is how you make peace with yourself through manifestation, because sometimes it may not always feel like shit gonna go your way. But you gotta be real. The only reason why something ain't going your way because you plugged into something from fear. Fear is the only thing that will let you experience something that's just not gonna go your way. But when you stay connected to love, and that love is just trusting and honoring and accepting yourself through innocence, peace, and joy, it's like, bro, I don't judge me wrong, because I don't gotta judge me right. And whatever I can judge myself through this earthly experience in a negative light, listen, I can have peace that passes all those earthly understandings. Because if I'm experiencing something that I don't want to experience, dude, I already know that I'm plugged into some shit through fear. That's that simple. I don't gotta fucking analytically analyze it from nowhere other than that. I just know. It don't take away my innocence. It just means that I plugged into something through fear that I identified myself with. That's not actually true. I'm innocent. I'm not fearful. I don't have anything fearful to be or think or express myself as. I'm love. So from there, I can overthink it. I can overcome that shit because I'm not putting no energy into none of that bullshit because I have peace. None of that shit's real, bro. Because that's not something that I align with, that I agree with. I don't gotta think about it. And now I have the strength now to have joy and to keep joy. Because that's my highest excitement for any reality. It would be joy. It's like, okay, I get that shit, bro. Because if you're not experiencing, if you're not experiencing joy, why the fuck you plugging into this reality? Why would I plug into any reality where my joy ain't present? That's why I had to ask myself. And I would never do that. I never do that. Because I have too much peace. And I judge myself innocent. So nothing on earth is going to make me get rid of my highest excitement. And that's how my world functions and operates. It's through the kingdom of God. It's through innocence, peace, and joy. And this was my 6-7 reminder of how I observed how my reality came about. And this is how one creates a reality. This is how one creates their world. The only thing they do is they plug into the creation that's already inside of them that brings them their highest excitement. And if you don't know your high, dude, I did it. What's my highest excitement? What's something that can bring me my highest excitement? I had to be introduced to my full self as God. Innocence, peace, and joy. That's the only thing that can bring me my highest excitement. Is when I judge everything innocent, when I have the peace that passes the earth analytical understanding, the surface shit. Oh, everything's not going my way outside. Oh. Keep your peace, man. And just understand that none of that's real. The only thing that's real is what you've thought and felt inside. What you thought and felt was a vision that was already created by your divine intuition, your peace. And this is why you can have the peace that passes the earthly understanding, because it's full of wisdom, inner wisdom that brings joy. That is home for me. So from there, love the things that bring you your highest excitement. And you'll know it is not your highest excitement if you don't have innocence, peace, and joy there. Love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Stay careful.